Shalom to the nation of Israel. First and foremost, before I get into my lesson, I want to start off by giving all praises unto Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakah HaKodash. Double honors to the apostles, bishops, and elders, a great millstone that teach and that rule well today. And peace and salutation also to the fellow laborers that's in the ministry and the believers that scatter worldwide in all truth and sincerity, day in and day out. Once again, I'm the brother Shaquat Gabar, coming at you with another quick lesson. And right before I get into this lesson, this message or these videos goes out to you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, which we are the true biblical Hebrew Israelites, according to the Bible. And also to the Israelite foreigners that are scattered amongst the heathen nations that may take on another or take on the physical appearance of another nation. But if your bloodline goes back to Negro, Latino, or Native American descent by the seed of your father, you are considered an Israelite as well. So once again, Shalom. Hey, so basically, back into, current events, okay, or the latest, trend when it comes to, mainly when it comes to the men of Great Millstone, starting with the apostles, bishops, and elders, and the true sincere brother on down that's out there teaching, okay, and pushing forth this word daily, okay, week in and week out, okay, when it comes to, the prophecies or prophesying, okay, in this case, as you can see, okay, off the beloved brother, and I got, two videos that I'm going to play, okay, but the subject matter going to be about, once again, the M.O.T.B in the news, okay, and I don't know what I'll title it yet, okay, but this lesson going to be about the M.O.T.B, okay, which is the mark of the beast, okay, according to Revelation chapter 13, verse 16, as we know, okay, when it comes to the spirit and power of Yahweh Shai Shai, like I say, start with the men, okay, the apostles, bishops, and elders of Great Millstone, always known to going into the RFID microchip, being the M.O.T.B or the mark of the beast, man, okay. As we know, that's a prophecy that's going to soon replace physical cash, okay, when it comes to the dollar being obsolete, okay. Also the time of more pushing of neural links, okay, transhumanism, okay, and I'm gonna get into it. Like I said, I got two videos, okay. The first one I'm gonna play, okay, is off the beloved brother amongst the ministry, and that's in the faith, his channel, the Hopeful Elect 3, okay, and it says the M.O.T.B 48, don't be fooled, okay. So I'm gonna play this video first, and I'm gonna get Elder Manat the Zotbach from the GMS South Carolina Murder Beach branch, okay, a video that he did recently, a couple of days ago, okay, on you have the the known rapper T.I. and another individual, Yakia, they got his own platform. Well, he been on the platform, I say, of T.I., and he discussed the M.O.T.B, okay, what they've been going into, okay, and both of these videos, okay, of course, the first one, a woman, okay, a so-called black woman, okay, not knowing that she probably don't know that she an Israelite, but she touched on the fact, on the point of the M.O.T.B, okay, and like I say, T.I. and Yakia, they touch on the M.O.T.B, okay, trying to pinpoint it back to biblical prophecy, but in all actuality, the true men of Yahweh Shai Shai, okay, through the spirit is set up to give that warning, okay, when it comes to that M.O.T.B, to go into the news that we have now, okay, the intel, okay, of that M.O.T.B, man, okay, and at the same time, you got a lot of camps, okay, outside of Great Millstone that don't teach the RFID microchip being the mark of the beast, okay, such as the likes of IUIC, okay, ISUPK, WFI, Sons of Thunder, okay, according to their doctrine, which falsely they teaching, they say that the M.O.T.B or the mark of the beast is not a RFID microchip or got nothing to do with neural links, okay, it's just something, it's sin, something spiritual, sin within itself, okay, which they completely going off. And starting through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shai Shai, okay, when it comes to the men of Great Millstone, they always harp on the M.O.T.B and not to take it, Because those of our people that take it, okay, according to Revelation chapter 14, verse 9, they're going to be judged by the way of thermonuclear missiles and what the world call UFOs, okay, the chariots, the vehicles of the angels. When Yahweh Shah make his second coming at the peak of the Third World War, the 2/3 of our people that take it, they're going to be destroyed by the way of the missiles, okay, and the fire that comes from the chariots, man. Okay, that's why we get that stern warning through the spirit. But let me go ahead and play it because I don't want to make this lesson too long. But I'll go through the spirit, man, because this is a heavy topic at hand when it comes to biblical portions, okay, and especially when it comes to warning in the times that we're about to enter into, which is known as Jacob's trouble. Okay, Jeremiah chapter 30, verse 7. So let me go ahead and play it. The first one.
When I went to Disney World and I was thinking about this black guy in line, and when his payment came up, he went to lift up his hand to pay, and it went through. And I'm like, we're black. We don't do that. And I'm not saying that getting the chip is based off color, but what I am saying is like there's a lot of things that black people just don't do. There's a lot of black people that don't go jumping, that don't go skydiving, because there's certain things we don't play with, because we don't know. So trusting the government with your body is crazy. Like, sir, in your free will, you got an implant. That's crazy. Or maybe it's just crazy to me. To each his own. But for me in my house, we ain't going. We ain't doing it. Like, I can't wrap my head around putting something in my body that will be my ID, the way I pay, the way I'm tracked. Like, I don't trust it. Like, it just seems like there's like a loophole or something. Like, kind of how they did with the COVID. Allegedly. I don't know. Something about it just doesn't feel right. Like, maybe I'm watching too much conspiracy talk. But I don't know. Y'all tell me. Would you get it? Would you get it?
Okay, so you heard her. Okay. Hey, so a lot of people coming to the point when it comes to Revelation chapter 13, verse 16, it's coming to being fulfilled, man. Okay, to a certain extent, we got people out there, okay, following, okay, not only the the Hebrew Israelites, but like she say, conspiracy theories or all that. Okay, especially when it comes to that, the implant. Okay, but a lot of them can't pinpoint it back to biblical prophecy. Okay, and right now you're in the stages of them conditioning the people, okay, moving towards gradualism, okay, commercializing the technology, the technocracy. Okay, hear more talks about, okay, CBDCs, central bank digital currencies, okay, Fed now, okay, she made mention of digital ID, okay, digital wallet, those things are being mentioned now as everything going cashless. Okay, people paying more, not just by, not only using cash, okay, which is about to be obsolete, okay, but also people using their debit cards. Okay, now people using Apple Pay when it comes to their phones, their watches. Okay, so you hear more talk about also on not only digital formats but transhumanism. Okay, biometrics. Okay, and she say, herself, she said, I can't trust that. Okay, due to the the surveillance that's gonna come behind it, taking that RFID micro. Okay, which that what these elites want. When I say these elites, when it comes to Esau, Edom, the so-called white race, the central bankers, the powers that be, okay, down to the rest of these heathen nations that's in league with Esau, Edom, when it comes to them trying to forge the NWO through a technocracy, man. Okay, and, so you heard her. Okay, you got a lot of individuals out there that scratching their head and thinking now how the society is going towards. Okay, but like I said, a lot of them don't pinpoint it back to actually biblical prophecy, man. And a lot of these things, when the RFID micro be implemented, okay, they're gonna be implemented, especially during the time of chaos, man. as these elites have a saying, they gotta want to bring order out of chaos, man. Okay, up under pressure when it comes to the time of a lawless society. Okay, the time of civil war, civil unrest, martial law, the coming of famine, food shortages, blackouts. Okay, pestilence, disease warfare, etc., man. Okay, and these elites gonna push that M.O.T.B to the max, man. Okay, and that's gonna be the time of the hour of temptation. Okay, so that's it on that one. Let me get on this one, Elder Manat the Zotbot.
One to the hopefully linked out there.
Last item that I have.
Started over. So this the video right here. That was the Elder Manat the Zotbot going into his going to the video that I'm about to do a response off his channel, GMS South Carolina 08. Okay, you see the title, T.I. and Dr. Yaki discuss the mark. Okay, so let's go ahead and play it.
I don't think it's been introduced to market or hasn't passed FDA, but I've been hearing a lot about it. The Neuralink.
The
Neuralink.
I wouldn't let them put that in. Hell to the no, brother. Nah. From a biblical standpoint, I'm gonna call that the mark of the beast. Mark of the beast.
I was testing you.
But from a physical standpoint, man, that's transhumanism, man. That's us merging ourselves beside. Yeah. But you know what's crazy? We already Neuralinked up through blue light. Because blue light is information. You can put something in there.
Yeah, so even the rapper T.I., he a known rapper, especially here in the South. What they call him, the king of the South. Okay? And so, but he even make mention, this his podcast that he had this individual, Dr. Yakia, okay, cause he know Dr. Yakia, I guess I pronounced his name right. Okay, he know about the Hebrew Israelites, okay, but he always known to go into, to the herbs and all that, okay, but this is T.I. platform, and he brought up the discussion of the mark in Revelation chapter 13 verse 16, okay, to the point he said that it's the mark of the beast. So these celebrities, they know to a certain extent. Okay, but a lot of them, they don't receive their consolation, man. Such as T.I. Okay, with 20 plus years now, him being known a famous rapper. Okay, his wife, okay, his children and all that, man, being on social media and having their own reality TV shows and all that. Okay. Yeah, so it ain't gonna be no more excuse when it comes to that, the M.O.T.B being an RFID microchip, okay, that's on the rise, man, okay, when it comes to you camps out there, man. Like I said, only truly the men of Great Millstone always give the true intel, okay, or detail about Revelation chapter 13, verse 16, when it comes to that RFID micro, okay, but these celebrities, down to the average person, starting to talk about it, man, when it comes to social media. So let me continue on. And of course, this individual, Yakia and T.I., they didn't know what really going on. Okay, as you can hear the stupidness or the simpleness of Yakia, Dr. Yakia, what he called himself. Okay, he got his dreads and all that. Okay, long hair, which is against the scriptures when it comes to men. Okay, the Israelite men. Okay, but let me continue. I'm continuing.
Information. When you look at light comes from the sun. The sun will be the projection, the projector, right? If you go to the movies right now and you look back at the projector, you don't know what's in that light. It's a blue light, but you see all the information in it, but you can't make it out. Then once it hits this black screen, what you call melanin, then it forms a picture. If that TV screen was off right now, it'd be completely black. All the light will reflect in it, and from there we'll be able to see ourselves in that screen. So this is information on a picture that tells you what you're looking at right now. So if you can tap into the projector and make the light code to what you want to code and just put it on a black screen or a black surface of what we call melanin or graphite, then you can put whatever information you want to put in there.
Now, speaking of biblical terms, man, the mark of the beast, it says in Scripture that there will be a chip that will be planted into human.
Yeah, the hand and the forehead.
Yeah, the hand and the forehead. Now,
I think the hand is this
The
right here.
hand could be the phone.
And then
the
notice,
chip in the
and
phone.
notice the apple is bitten off.
Yeah,
like that. Apple
like
and
that.
Eve.
Yeah,
So,
that's
and then
See, like I say, man, this individual, Dr. Yaki, he ain't know what's going on, man. Okay? Talking about it can go into the phone, can be the, basically that what he's saying, it can be the RFID or the mark of the beast. I say the mark of the beast. Okay? But the scripture says that it's going to have to be implanted, man. Okay? Because everybody got a, phone. Okay? Like I say, they condition the people now by the way of people using Apple Pay or, certain devices on their phone or, to buy and sell. Okay? But there's going to be a physical device, man. Okay? That people, they're going to try to put in their people when it comes to their hands or their forehead, man. Okay? Not no phone. Okay? Within itself. Okay? That's just another step. Okay? But these woke individuals, okay, that, got a platform and just spewing all type of madness. Okay? They just as that. They're just spewing all type of madness, man. Okay? That's why the Lord set up the true men, when it comes to the true prophets. Yahweh Shema Shah set up to give you the understanding of the scriptures and the times that we're in, man, and how this technology about to be presented. Okay, when it comes to biblical prophecy, because even T.I. say that. Okay, what about when it comes to the biblical portion of it, the biblical aspect of it? And he talking about the phone and the iPhone with the apple. The symbol of the iPhone got the apple with a bite out of it, going back to the that's the fruit that Adam and Eve, or Eve and Adam, took a bite of. No, I mean that's not it, man. Ain't been no physical fruit that they brought a bite out of, man. The scriptures didn't even say that what kind of fruit it was, if it was. Okay, that the fruit of knowledge, going back into how Adam, okay, starting with Eve and Adam, okay, took on the knowledge of evil, okay, that was presented by the serpent, okay, which was a man, okay, a witch, a warlock. And that's when they went off at, when it came to start with Eve, then eventually Adam, going into the fruit of knowledge of evil. Okay?
on here you have the tree of knowledge, good and evil. I can go on here and say righteous ways to eat, or I can type in big black ass shaking in the club, and you're gonna see whatever you want to see. So no matter how old it is, so knowledge, good and evil is in his phone.
Yeah, biblically it says it can't be no good without bad, no how to
Facts.
control.
That's duality.
Right. It has to, I think free will, when God blessed us with free will, the choice to do one or the other came with it.
Alright, shalom out there.
Okay, so that's the elder right there, Elder M.O.T.B. But I'm gonna go ahead and get into the scriptures. Like I'm saying, man, they don't know the whole subject matter of the is the RFID micro. Okay, like I said, the first video I played with the young, so-called black woman, okay, the Israelite woman, going into the M.O.T.B, that it got to be a physical device, because she saw an individual of her own color use it to do a payment at Disney World. Okay, and she going to tell how she ain't gonna take it. Okay, then you have, of course, T.I. and Dr. Yakia. Okay, like I said, they touch on the subject matter of the M.O.T.B can possibly according to them being an RFID micro, the neural links. But Dr. Yaki, he just took it way left. Okay, going into the phone, going to the neural links and be the likes and all that, all type of madness, man. Okay, but both of them mentioned, I see this though, when it came to the podcast with T.I. and Dr. Yaki. Okay, I call him what he want to call himself. Okay, and the young lady, okay, in the first video, they said that we not gonna take it because the Lord God gave us free will. Okay. Now Yahweh Shema Shah is gonna give the 2/3 of our people over to the RFID micro, because they're gonna have to be judged, man. Ain't no free will, man. Okay, the Lord controls all things, man. Okay, eventually this word is only for the elect. Okay, the 144,000 and 1/3 that's destined to be saved, man. Okay. Because 2/3, Zechariah chapter 13, verse 8, gonna be cut off and judged, man. Okay? when it comes to so-called Negro, Latinos, and Native American descent, especially those that the Lord won't give over to that RFID micro. But let's go ahead and get into the scriptures. I'm going to start with Revelation chapter 13. And it says, I beheld another beast coming out of the earth. Okay, it is going into this time, the Roman Empire being revived. Okay, during the time of the 14th century till now. Okay, when it comes to starting with America. Okay, and NATO and the European system. Okay, Esau Edom rulership at this time. And it says, he had two horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon. Okay, the two horns at this time representing the Republicans, the Democrats. Okay, but they all the same, or that same system. Okay, that Edomite supremacy, what we call it. Especially when it comes to now, as they trying to push their technology, man. Okay, it ain't no more about politics, democracy now. It's all about technocracy, taking over with technology. And that RFID micro is going to be the head of it. Okay, as they speaking as a lamb, how it's going to be beneficial for you. Okay, when it comes to your whereabouts. Okay, your jobs or how you getting paid. Okay, your information being secure. Okay, your identity. Okay, but more and more just a tracking system. More and more oppression. And he spake as a dragon. Yeah, because behind it going to come strict legislations, unrighteous decrees, Isaiah 10:1. Okay, the time of martial law, concentration camps, detention centers, checkpoints. Okay, on allowing what you can and what you can't have. Okay, so that's what time we coming into, man. Toy tyranny through their technology, man. Okay, yeah, you just not had these people that are supposed to march over the weekend about these data centers, how these data centers are set up more and more to create havoc. Okay, havoc. Okay, havoc. Okay, so they're gonna be so now they putting in laws that you can't come against these data centers. To the point, some of these data centers they got AI robot dogs on patrolling, just in case people are gonna evade them or trying to destroy them. And that's the time that we're coming into, man. Okay, as Esau Edom ready to come war with those draconian measures. Okay, behind us by the way of the sword. When it comes to his blessing, the sword, his military might. Now that his advanced technology. And it says he execute all the power of the first beast before him. Okay, because we know about, once again, the ancient Roman Empire fell. Now you got a revising of the ancient Roman Empire coming in the stead of America and NATO and the EU. Okay, but now through more of a technocracy. Okay, at this time as they moving forward, and they're gonna fall again. Okay, ultimately fall forever. Okay, after this, when Yahushua return and set up the kingdom of Israel. Okay, when it comes to the true biblical Hebrew Israelites, okay, these heathen nation ain't gonna go back into power, man. Okay, they're going into captivity. Start with the biblical Edomites, and it says he exercised all the power of the first beast before him, and caused the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast, whose deadly wound was healed. Okay, once again, the revamp or the revising of the ancient Roman Empire in this time, instead of America, the EU, and NATO. Okay, when it comes to the Edomites supremacy structure, man. Okay, especially when it comes to them bringing the NWO or trying to force the NWO. And it says, he doeth great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven on earth in the sight of man. Esau either got the technology when it comes to the nuclear missiles. Okay, started off that atomic bomb. Okay, like I said, the missiles. Okay, you see how Esau Edom get down when it comes to drone strikes, missile strikes. So that's what it's going into. Okay, when it comes to the after the second World War. Okay, leading on to the Third World War. Okay, and it says, and he deceived them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth that they should make an image to the beast. Okay, going to the image now, Esau Edom NWO, the new system that he want to put in place. Okay, and being pushed by the way of more of a technology. AI. You hear more and more about advanced AI, artificial technology, man. Okay, you hear about smart cities, smart, this. Okay, like I mentioned, the CBDCs, digital wallets. Okay, real digital IDs, transhumanism. Okay, more surveillance. Okay, data centers. Okay, and so that's his wonders, his miracles. And he says, saying to them that dwell on the earth, that he should make an image of the beast, which had the wound that was wounded by a sword and did live. Okay, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that is and had given life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as will not worship the image of the beast shall be killed. Yeah, especially when it comes to the NWO. Okay, especially when it comes to that RFID micro, it's gonna become more of a surveillance, man. That you can't buy or sell, you can't operate in society. Okay, as you always been known to doing freely, so called. Okay, cause right now you got the driving license, you got your social security, birth certificates. Okay, certain IDs, permissions. Okay, when it comes to the license. Okay, but all that's about to be turned into a way of a digital format, in a way of surveillance. Okay, when it comes to that RFID micro. Okay, and doing that, you ain't gonna be able to go here and there. Okay, as frequently as people can now. Okay, it's gonna be a limit. Okay, and it says the verse 16, the point. He calls all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. Okay, that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Okay, so this is gonna be, matter of fact, let's go to the blue letter. It said that no man can buy or sell, say that he that had the mark. Okay, like I see, you hear more about the Neuralinks. Okay, the Neuralink system, or how they put in the people's brains, or the operation of that. People who ain't able to speak or walk, okay, or not able to talk or have a certain condition, okay, that they can operate on these individuals to give them, perform these miracles on the left hand side, which is nothing but a Satan. Okay, when it comes to Esau Edom power, okay, but he's gonna do it in a physical way, okay, not spirituality. Because you had Elon Musk say that a couple of weeks ago, the type of technology they're gonna have, okay, when it comes to the Neuralink and certain capabilities, it's gonna be as God, or no, they say, when he say, it's gonna be like Jesus miracle level when it comes to healing. Okay, that's what Elon Musk say. Okay, and you recently had what last week, 2 weeks ago, the whole situation with Chris Johnson, with the ALD, I forgot what condition he got, LSD, ALSD, whatever it is, that he not able to, a former running back from the NFL. Okay, now I'm basically a vegetable, not able to walk, not able to talk like that. Okay, you had to talk through technology. Okay, yeah, so they pushing it, man. Let's get this in the blue letter. Going to Revelation chapter 16. Let's go to that word mark there in the blue letter. And that's where a lot of these camps, they don't go into the blue letter. Okay? Give me a minute, let me get to it. Yeah, like the brothers been saying, man, you going to the blue letter, man, now all of a sudden this is tripping now. Taking a long time to load. So give me a minute. Yeah, but these are the times that we in, man. Look at how I went to mark. I ain't went to no mark. I've been on, well, I did click mark, but it took me to a whole nother chapter. I'm trying to go into the word there. Okay, here we go. Let's hear listen to it.
Strong's G 5480. Kharagma. Kharagma.
So you heard it. Okay, the audio in the Greek, karatma or sharatma. And let's go to the Bible usage or the definition. And it says a stamp, an imprint, or imprinted mark. Well, the mark stamped on the forehead, okay, that it annually or the right hand as the badge of the scripture says right hand or the left hand. Because over there in Europe, they accept it in their left hand. Okay, the NFC system. Okay. And I try to be careful, but hey man, we in the time they're gonna bring censorship and all that because we come into the family of the word as well. When you talk about controversial subjects such as this, especially when it comes to the exposure of Esau Edom. Okay, if we had the understanding of the truth through the spirit and through the men that Yahweh Shema Shah set up, okay, to help guide us through the spirit, okay, they're able to teach, man. And it says the forehead or the right hand as the badge of the followers of the Antichrist. Okay, the word anti going to anti mean against and Christ mean anointed. Okay, because the system is set up against Yahweh Shema Shah. When it comes to the NWO, they're trying to form. Okay, especially Esau Edom. Okay, when it comes to these elites. Okay, so Antichrist doesn't mean amongst these Christians it's gonna be one man. Okay, they're gonna come and destroy everything. Okay, and they're gonna make him the Antichrist. You know, anti mean against the anointed, or against coming against the words of Yahweh Shema Shah. Okay, verse 2. Okay, that stamp going to the M.O.T.B, a physical device. Okay, that you have to pledge or make a pledge. Okay, to the NWO. Okay, in the forehead or on the in the hands. Verse 2. The mark branded upon horses, meaning ownership. Okay, so once you take that M.O.T.B, those that take that M.O.T.B, they're gonna be owned by the elites of Esau Edom in the system. Okay, or wherever you Negro Latino Native Americans that take that M.O.T.B. Okay, but mainly here in America. Okay, and we're gonna get the judgment. Okay, of those that take it. It says the mark brand upon horses, thing, grave, a card. Okay, a card, sculpture, graven, work, idolatrous images. Okay, so it's a physical device, man. Okay, it's something cutting in the flesh, a scalpel, a skirt, a incision, a surgeon incision, man. Okay, and they show you in these different clips you can put up, I say bring up or click, put in people taking it, the RFID micro, and it's a physical device, a surgeon. Okay, and I keep it like that. Okay, the syringe. Okay, which go into the the scriptures as well, the pail, the stake. Okay, going into how they gonna own you. Okay, especially when it comes to that digital system. Okay, and now I get this, and get ready to close. Yeah, because it's a penalty not to take that RFID micro. Okay, even if it mean unto death. Okay, being a martyr. Okay, Revelation chapter 20, verse 4. John saw that. Those that was beheaded for not taking the RFID micro. Okay, when it comes to the elect of the nation of Israel, when it comes to so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans, and those that descended out of that bloodline, and those on other faith, because it's possible that we would have to be martyrs. Okay, and the scripture said, those that endure to the end, the same shall be saved. Because the ones of our people, or the elect, I say the elect, amongst our people that be martyrs, they're going to be the first ones risen up when Yahweh shall return to gather the rest of the elect that's not going to die. Okay, because not all the elect is going to perish. Okay, as the Lord going to lift up that standard as well. Isaiah chapter 59, verse 19. Okay. Yeah, but the ones of our people that take that RFID micro, hey, this the judgment right here. Revelation chapter 14, verse 9. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in their hands, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. Okay. Let me see. And the smoke of their torment ascended up forever and ever, a period of time. And they had no rest day nor night who worship the beast in his image, and whosoever received the mark of his name, they go into the judgment. Okay, but like I said, 2/3 of our people that fall victim to that system, taking that RFID micro, this the penalty right here. Okay, they being judged at the peak of the Third World War by the thermonuclear missiles and the chariots, what the world called UFOs, bringing fire to this place in America, totally. Okay, destroying the whole land. Okay, but those are the elect that remain that's not going to take that RFID micro. Okay, and the Lord had that the guide on to him. Okay, outside, of course, like I say, not being a martyr, but those that the Lord reserved to the end. Like I say, the martyrs in the faith going to be risen up first. They're going to return. Okay, I'll be beamed up first, but the ones that remain of the elect, okay, that's not going to see death, going to be beamed up into the chariots. Okay, or what the world calls so-called UFOs, which is the great deliverance of Yahweh Shai. Going to be beamed up and not going to see death and not going to taste all those missiles, man. Okay? But the 2/3 of our people going to be judged, man. Okay, when it comes to those that take that RFID micro. Let's get this. And it says, 1 Peter chapter 4, verse 18. If the righteous scarcely be saved, where should the ungodly and the sinner appear? So the righteous, okay, also the whole flesh going to be scarce to be saved simultaneously while the missiles being launched. Okay, especially all the hell they're going to be already breaking loose. Okay, but the Lord coming back by the way of the chariots and the missiles being launched and simultaneously delivering the elect from out of that great destruction. Okay, so only the elect are going to be delivered, and the 2/3 of our people are going to be judged, man. Especially, once again, those that take that RFID micro and receive that type of technology through transhumanism. Okay, once again, Revelation chapter 14, verse 9. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and end the lesson here. I had other scriptures, but I'm going to go ahead and end the lesson here because I don't want to make it, too long. Okay, but you heard those individuals, okay, such as, hey, to start off with the young, Eve, Jake woman, okay, going to her explanation of the RFID micro. That you have, of course, T.I. and Dr. Haki, okay. Hey, but when it comes to the men of great millstone through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Shai, okay, we already know exactly what it is, okay. When it comes to the men of great millstone, the apostles, the elders, and the true sincere brother on down, okay, those that, that's in the faith, okay, so we already know what it is, man. That's why we're giving that warning, okay, strictly, man, okay. Like I say, unlike these other camps, man, when it comes to the subject matter or the controversy topic is the RFID micro, the mark of the beast or not, okay, and they stirring their congregation the wrong way, okay, saying that it's just sin. Ain't no RFID micro, okay, and they're going to have to pay, or soon we'll have to answer up, okay, especially once the RFID fully implemented, man. But I'm going to go ahead and end the lesson here, and I pray that lesson will edify until next time, Lord willing. Shalom to the hopeful elect. Shalom.